Let's see. All right, y'all. Ready to go. Second time live, man, for the Confidence in the Clutch joint. Let's get it. What's going down? I'm Donald Nuts with Supreme Confidence. You're listening to today's episode of the Confidence in the Clutch podcast on the Confidence in the Clutch network. Whether it's the game of basketball or the game of life, you gotta have confidence in the clutch. Practice makes confidence. Pressure makes diamonds. Stay sucker free. Keep it a buck, y'all. Keep it 100. Stay woke or get out. Listen on Apple Podcasts and Google Play Music and at confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com. Subscribe, rate, and review is important. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Clutch. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at K and the K. Coming up on today's episode, we're going to talk about Danny Green and his injury, CJ McCollum and KD, and the Twitter beef, fallout, NFL, and policy. I told you we changed the name of that shit, though. So, Conor McGregor, a whole bunch of other things, y'all. The confidence starts right now, y'all. Man, yo, it's crazy. When you do this on Facebook, right? Anybody that my subscribers, my listeners know, we play nothing but classic instrumentals when in the background, right? In order to get it on when I go live, I would have to play it on a Bluetooth speaker, something I refuse to do. So I'm not gonna do that. So what I am gonna do is start posting these joints on YouTube. So that's what I do because right now I got Best of Both Worlds playing in the background. Y'all can't hear it though. That's just how Facebook is, the technology. Like I would have to get a splitter and all that, so I might do that, but I can always post it on YouTube or whatever. Or you can just download the pod when I'm done to get the full effect of it. All right, let's jump into it. Last season, Danny Green played with a torn groin. He thinks since December of last season, right? He didn't get a second opinion like Kawhi did. He said it on his Danny Green podcast, The Green Room. I believe it was his first one last week. So the funny thing is everybody that was talking shit about Kawhi now talk shit. Like the brother played hurt. He didn't trust the medical staff. You look at Isaiah Thomas with the Celtics, what happened with him, and it was bogus. So it is what it is. So when you're a millionaire and your life is with your body, you know, to make those millions, you're going to take care of your body. So Spurs medical staff, we're looking at sideways. Like we got to hear from their side of the story. But if we got Kawhi, Danny Green, like being misdiagnosed, then how much are we going to trust you, especially after seeing what happened to IT last year? So I'm not mad at neither one of them with that coming out now. Are we just saying that because we got traded to Toronto? Like, fuck the Spurs now. The Spurs didn't want me no more. I don't know what's Danny Green's aim, but if it's strictly on the basis of I was hurt, I didn't know when I played, and in my exit physical I found out, we got a problem with your medical staff. Point being taken is that when it happened with IT, y'all, America Worldwide, shout out to Great Britain, when it happened to IT, they fired the whole staff because of that. So that means the shit was really true what happened, y'all. So it is what it is. So moving on. This is going to be a short one, y'all. This was an emergency podcast. There's some stuff I had to get off my chest. CJ McCollum and KD, the shit that happened this past week, I just let it unfold before I gave my response to it. It's funny. CJ on his pull-up podcast told KD it was a week to go. It was a week to go to the Warriors, right? They said it was a soft move for Cousins to sign with the Warriors. KD told him it's not like they was gonna win anyway, so that was a boss move on this. While you sitting here complaining, talking about the Blazers is good, we got a good team, man. No, you're not gonna win anyway. I love KD for saying that. After that, they traded barbs on Twitter, resulting in KD calling CJ a snake. And I was laughing as hell. And he said, "Dude, I just did your fucking podcast. You out here talking crazy." So I love that. You know, there's a little banter going back and forth. CJ tried to be professional, like one of the Twitter followers tried to say, calling KD a bitch. You know, like, nah, I'm not gonna say that far, but I'm gonna say it was a soft move or whatever. So, I mean, in the big scheme of things, man, it's just an opinion. They millionaires. They having fun with each other. I love the fact that all these cats are now getting their podcast like I'm doing. Just invest some money in yourself. You like to talk, we're all opinionists right now. None of this stuff is making the world move. We're not talking about making money or saving the world, but it's a great thing to do. I love it. You know what I mean? Especially right now with me not playing basketball as much as I do. This is my little competitive stuff. I'm just competing against myself, making sure I'm sharp. But I love all these athletes with their stuff, and they're able to follow their brand. People don't understand your brand is your brand. You can have nicknames. You can do what you want to do out in the world. But who you are, all that shit encompasses your brand. So you want to make sure you protect your brand to a certain degree. And not be too off the cuff, but make sure you are represented the way you need to be represented out here. That's what I would say. So I told y'all, anybody that know me know I do all this stuff with the music. So you can't hear the music on Facebook, like I said, but if you go afterwards, listen to the podcast, you see what I'm really doing over here until I get everything together. Now, after all the stuff with CJ and KD Twitter problem, he had to clean it up. You know what I'm saying? And he addressed it. He said, quote, I know y'all trying to make me look crazy and discredit me and strip me of my credibility, but I see what you're doing, but I'm going to still keep standing. My thing is, KD, you're a little sensitive, and it's cool, but you don't have to worry about everything everybody says. If I sat here and worried about everybody that don't support what I'm trying to do, rather is how I raise my kids, how I walk around, what I dress, what I eat, how I coach, who's in my circle, and I'll be spending most of my time doing that. I had an epiphany today, because I'm not a social media guy, but I have to be now in order to grow the brand. And people like social media and do things on social media because it makes them happy. I figure that. Now, some people do it for the drama, but some people do it because it makes them happy. I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Before, I didn't care that you woke up and the sun was shining and you had an omelet and you put some nasty food on a picture. But all of it ain't for everybody. But those parts, the great parts of social media, is what it is. But people take it too seriously. It's not the gospel. People be telling me now, did you hear about the accident on 76 in Burleigh? It was on the thing. No, stop putting that type of stuff in there. When people lose their life, you don't post that. That's not nothing good to post. But anyway, KD just need to get a little bit tougher skin. He had the burner accounts. He was out here talking crazy. But if in this environment, that's what he felt like he had to do. But KD, before all this happened, social media burst, we still was talking shit about you. The people that didn't like you. There's always going to be somebody that don't like what you're doing. There's people out here that don't like Michael Jordan. There's people out here that don't like Tupac, Biggie. People out here don't like LeBron James. See what they're doing with LeBron? You think LeBron worried about that shit? 2 beautiful murals got taken down because of haters. Haters going to be here, KD. So I just need KD to toughen up, man, because you're a leader. And we sometimes as leaders, we don't show our kids the right way to handle adversity. So we need to handle that adversity a little bit better, KD, because you got the youth watching you to think every time somebody says something to them, they got to respond. That's the wrong thing, right? So it's all good. As long as it's clean fun, though, I'm cool with it because it's just banter in between. But when we get on that extra shit and disrespecting, then it gets to the other side that we don't need to be on, man. So moving on. I told you it's rapid fire. Have rapid fire. I got a halftime piece. This is usually my halftime piece for those of you that don't listen. Half piece is like my op-ed piece where I give an opinion about. And I got an opinion about female coaches, man. I'm really down with the female coaches that's out here trying to get into the NBA, moving from the back rows, moving from being scouts and all that stuff and being front line. I'm really loving what they're doing in the Big Three. It's a great thing because she's one of the best coaches out here. She's a great basketball player. And her name's slipping me right now, but it's all good. So yeah, let me get into this halftime real quick though. I want to say her name, Jenny Boucek. She's an assistant coach with the she was with the Sacramento Kings last year, and she became pregnant. She had a baby on her own, the in vitro, all that stuff. But she didn't know how that was going to happen because she wants to be at home with her kids. So she ended up being with the Dallas Mavericks. And of course, people would think Dallas, that was a PR stunt considering the workplace environment. and all the negativity and sexual harassment that was going on there, and borderline sexual assault in some cases. But Mark Cuban and them did give her a job. She doesn't have to report for 6 months, and they're helping her cultivate how she wants to do it when she comes back from having her child, because it's been hard for her to have children, and she finally got it, right? So they're like, yo, we appreciate that. We're going to help you make sure you reach what you want to do. So she's not going to travel on the road and all that. She wants to be there in the first few years of the child's life. I'm going to move mom closer to her, so when she do have to work, they're a quick drive away. So I'm just liking the progressiveness of the NBA, whereas women get pregnant in the workforce everywhere, and the female CEOs who got pregnant, right? But when you're jumping into a male-dominated sport and field, you might not think that they would give women the same respect as they do in other sects of society. So I'm glad that the NBA is so progressive with looking out for women and reaching out to women and letting them advance professionally in the career like they do the males. I really appreciate the NBA for that. So that's just my halftime. Just Jenny Boucek is a nice article up on ESPN, written by Zach Lowe, who always writes great articles. So just check it out when y'all get a chance, man. It's Confidence in the Clutch, y'all. I got to take a small break from what I'm doing on this end, the computer and all that. So take a small break. Get right back to it, y'all. Yeah, y'all. So y'all that's watching, I appreciate y'all watching right now. This is the break time, so now I'm getting back into other stuff. This is what I do: Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, subscribe, rate, and review. It's important, man. So I really appreciate y'all spending time to check me out, man. You see I'm raggedy, all crazy. I'm finna go cut the hair for the next one. I got like 3 podcasts to do today. This is the Confidence in the Clutch one. What I do, my sports, basketball focus, my lifestyle stuff, pop culture, album reviews, movie reviews, or whatever. Then I do one, MKE, Chosen Few, my select series, where I need to grab the best male, female basketball players that came out of here, Conference Player of the Year, first team all conference with the college professional. So, like, congrats on JoJo, I see you. Right now I have Brian Garner, my inaugural interview, and James Wright. So, and those are on the Confidence in the Clutch podcast feed. And then I also do a Queen of the South Reverberation Reflection, and one for Power as well. My 2 favorite shows of the summer right now. I love those shows. And then I got hoodwinked into doing relationships, and we're not staying inside the box. With male-female relationships, to teacher-student relationships, to coach-player relationships, to family dynamics, the relationship between a mother and a daughter in high school, how hard that shit is compared to the dad-daughter, and vice versa, the mom and the son, as hard as it is compared to the father-son relationship, those type of things. So tonight we'll be on about 5:30 live. I got a co-host, Kels, with that, man. And then that's it. So I'm working on 5 different podcasts, y'all. So, they say it is what it is. Gotta have the confidence in the clutch to do this. So this is what it is. Just my little competitive shit, y'all. So I got to get right back into it, because I got to go cut my hair. So let me get that thing back popping. Like I said, I do music. I got the soundboard, all that. You can't hear it through Facebook. That's just how Facebook is. So if you want to hear the full podcast in total after this, go on confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com or subscribe in Apple Podcasts or Google Play Music if it's something that you might want to listen to on the regular. We on episode 43 in 2 months. So I've been working hard, y'all. Get to it. All right, y'all, I'm back. Remember, I'm doing this live too, y'all, so it is what it is. So we pausing. All right, we're getting right back to it. Let me get my next song. Thank you. Oh, that was loud in my ear. Everybody that was not paying attention. All right, let's go. Last week, the NFL suspended their anthem protest, but we called it protest for injustice. The whole rules and what they're going to do about it. After the Dolphins came out saying we're going to suspend people 4 games, but you can hit a woman and I think you're gone 6 games. I don't get that, but okay. Those are not equal. The league is leaning towards letting each team have their own policy. So, of course, Jerry Jones, who I thought he was slick last year, hey, we're going to kneel before we do the fucking anthem, right? And then we're going to stand up with hand over hearts. Like, what's the fucking point? You're like, yo, I'm protesting right now. I'm going to protest for injustice because black men are getting killed. Unarmed black men are getting killed by officers not from our community at an alarming rate. And I'm going to use this time right now to do it. We're in America, but everybody has a problem with it. It's cool. So Cowboys Jerry Jones says all players must stand. It's been their rules written policy for years. That's bullshit. He just can't let it go. He just can't let it go. So I don't know what they're going to do. But with them relaxing the rules now, we're going to do this. We're going to see the same thing. And then he got the shit Dak Prescott. I seen Dak Prescott. My first thing when I heard him say that, I'm like, dog, I wanted to say he wasn't woke, but I listened to the whole thing. He's woke. He's just saying, let's do it in other ways now. We done did it there. Let's open up these other avenues to do things. I get it. My thing is, shit, is it hurting you that I kneel? If it ain't physically hurting you, is it making it hard for you to focus on the damn game because I kneel? Then I'm not doing nothing, right? They put their money where their mouth is. They gave some $100 million to figure out what to do with it and to give it to the hood. We know that type of charity don't make it all the way down to 33rd and right. They don't make it to 16th and center. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It's systematic things going on. I telling everybody right now, as I take a step off of this for a second, if we want to get everything back, we're not getting our reparations right. They're not going to give it to us. They're not even going to apologize for slavery. We apologize for what we did to the Native Americans. They're never going to apologize for what they did to the Africans that was brought over to this country. Let me get all the way up. Let me get full college, PhD, whatever I want to get. Me and all my ancestors. You pay your student loans, you need a check cut back to you. I don't want to pay any sales tax. I don't want to pay any property tax. I don't want to pay any income tax. I don't want to do none of that. Forever. Whoever paid, cut that check. That way we can fix the financial and the educational gap. I don't know. That's just what I say. Because 40 acres and a Cadillac ain't going to do shit for me right now. If I can't cultivate the land, if I can't build on it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But give me financial wealth, give me educational wealth, and let me do what I need to do. That's just me. All right, y'all. So yeah, that anthem protest, we don't call it here, protest for injustice rules, is bullshit. But it's the NFL. They're trying to control some things. Now this is the most puzzling thing that happened. Conor McGregor, he copped a plea. He copped a plea for the April 5th incident in Brooklyn, man. It was he copped a plea to a single violation of disorderly conduct. Now, him and his guys went through the joint, the parking lot, breaking shit, beating up people, throwing garbage cans at buses and everything. You know, so what this shows is money talks. We all know the more money you got, the more you can get out of shit. You know what I'm saying? He sent people to the hospital. He sent people that had to fight that weekend to the hospital. They couldn't fight. Property damage to the bus. You know, so his plea involves community service, restitution, anger management. You know what I'm saying? To me, he deserved jail time. When you injure somebody and you injure him properly, you need to go sit down for a minute. Because when he went in, he got out in a couple hours. You know, my whole thing is, if he was black, we all know what would have happened, right? But you know, he got off. You know what I'm saying? I like Conor McGregor too. You know what I'm saying? But it's just he should have did some jail time, yo. That's a slap on the wrist. We all know what it is. So shout out to Vince Carter for accepting the veterans minimum to play. I think he's going into his 21st year, or 20th to 21st year, man. So shout out to VC, man. He's a good locker room presence guy. I'm glad he's still sticking with it and keep on playing. He still can dunk too. Catch him on the break, he still can dunk. So he ain't high flying, but he can catch him on the break. And I know as the summer ended, we're going to do best in-game dunkers top 5. We need the best in-game dunkers top 5. I got my 5 and we'll share later on, man. And then top 5 basketball movies of all time. But I got to do some research, like seeing the Fish to Save Pittsburgh and all that stuff. So, man, it's got some stuff to do. So it is what it is. Now here's my favorite segment, new segment for the summer, since I don't have a lot of NBA content to go off of. Go for the dub or take the L segment. So basically, somebody go for the dub or they take the L. They took the L. So let's go. Terry Rozier signs with Puma. Puma is coming out. Jay-Z is the, let me see. We talked about it in the previous pod. He's like the creative director. He's not the president of Puma basketball, but he's creative director. Terry Rozier is a good look for them because they had signed all bigger, not bigger, I want to say taller players. And we know taller players when it comes to selling sneakers, East Coast, selling sneakers, the sales don't translate. But when you get guards, we want some shoes that you can put on the court, and then you can have another pair to kick in and rock it with your outfit. So Terry Rozier is a good sign because he'll be able to show that the little guys, the shoes going to work for the guards as well as the post players per se, or the wing players, the taller guys. So I think that's a dub going for that with Puma. New Balance is set to offer Gordon Hayward, his teammate, and for the Celtics, a deal to relaunch their sneaker brand. They sponsor the Celtics training facility, which is on their corporate ground. So New Balance is going for the dub. Why not? There's money out here to be made. So I think that's going for the dub. Now, Gordon Hayward, I don't know. I don't want to hoop no New Balance, but they might surprise you because them Pumas look dope. I want to get a pair, but I ain't going to buy them for $120. I wait for them to get to the outlet, though, down in Kenosha. It's just me, I'm going to get a pair when they go to the outlet, but I'm not buying $120 basketball shoes. I'm not going to do that no more. So, but yeah, so Gordon Hayward, yeah, it's going for the dub for New Balance. I don't know. Gordon Hayward, if the tech is good, it's all good. All basketball shoes are all made the same. The tech has just changed. The tech is named differently. So as long as they work, they're responsible. You got lockdown, and you can feel the court for the guards that want to feel the court up under their foot. So their forefoot might not have that much cushion under there. And the post players, they got the stability for jumping down and that weight coming down, and those quick jumps back up, and you got some reaction to it, and their feet don't sink in the cushion, then we good. So that's it. And one brings back KG as a creative director. So, I mean, all these shoe companies, we got Puma, we got New Balance, we got And1 trying to come back. There's a market for these cats. Let me give you a couple mil, rock our stuff, and it is what it is, So I'm with that. I'm with them reaching back to KG. That was a big time for us, man. And1 was critical when it came to the street ball stuff and what it did for the NBA. Now, I was listening to Drink Champs. That's one of my inspirations. And Ron Artest was on there, and he was talking about the NBA need to buy the Big Three. I said, damn, that's genius. And basically, when you're done hooping, just go play in the Big Three. Have more teams and all that. That might be dope. Cuban could have invented some stuff, stay on board, and get a nice fat-ass paycheck. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, that's going for the dub as well. And one going for the dub as well. We ain't got no L so far. Uninterrupted on the show. LeBron James network. He has a show called The Shop, where he tried to get into it with Nick Saban because Nick Saban had a show called Shop Talk because Alabama football has a barbershop in their facilities, and he got mad and created. Come on, man, there's been plenty of shit called The Shop and all that, so it is what it is. So he said, I still regret giving my 14-year-old his name. It doesn't matter if you gave him the name, Brian, because once everybody knows your son, it is what it is. And I don't know if y'all caught on ESPN, he in the layup line at the AAU game doing dunks. I love LeBron. I don't know how people can hate him, man. He's a good guy. He's socially conscious. Yeah, he whine over calls and all that, but he's a good guy. He stand up for his family, stand up from where he's from. He gives back, putting kids through college. How can you hate on that? You know what I mean? Because he whine on the basketball court. I think you're a sucker. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Regret giving this kid his 14-year-old name. It don't matter what his name was. He that lineage is there. They're going to see if you come up. Jordan kids didn't live up to that. Didn't live up to that. So it's going to be hard. But little Bronny right now, he putting in that work. He about 5'9", 5'10", maybe 5'8" to 5'10". He can dunk. They say he got the passing night like LeBron. Everybody talks about him. That's all you hear about is little Bronny, like 13, 14. So maybe he can come in, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he come in that first year and LeBron play with him and right off in the sunset like I'm done. So I don't think you took the L, Brian. That's a dub giving him your name. I mean, I didn't give my firstborn my name. I'm a junior. I didn't give him the name. I didn't want him to have the name. He's still my son. You know what I mean? So whatever I do good, if he jump into the same field, they're going to be like, yo, that's your daddy. Whatever. So it's all good. Yo, y'all got to Google right now John Wall's Team USA photo. Yo, this shit is bugged. You know what I'm saying? Wall know his photo is bugged. They out there I think they've been practicing maybe 3 days so far. So the photo was taken on Thursday or whatever. Wall told his mom he looked like he just went to jail in the picture, man. So it was their second day there when he took the picture. Man, he was kicking it hard. Look at, y'all Google that photo, that John Wall photo, man. Dog looked crazy. He looked like old dirty bastard. Old dirty bastard. That's what he looked like, man. His hair wild. He was kicking it hard. You know, I go ahead, man. Y'all out there as long as you handling business, no matter what you do. So I love that. I love that. Yeah, but y'all gotta look at that. Tell me what y'all think. Oh man, I love this part. Josh Hader. Josh Hader, the Brewers pitcher that was talking that shit about I hate gay people and nigger bots and what else he say? White power and all that shit. Talking about he was 17. We all know what it was. He came home, Milwaukee fans, piss poor ass fans, they give him a standing ovation. Now, like I said on the last pod, I said either because they agree with him or they believe in his apology. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I said, fuck him. You know what I mean? When I was 17, I knew what I was saying. If I said some shit to get my ass in trouble, it is what it is, and now I got to pay that price. So it is what it is. So he got booed in St. Louis, though, a real baseball town. He got booed. That's what's supposed to have happened. Good his ass got booed. That's all I got to say. You ain't coming back from this one easy because he going to have to put in work. He need to be in the hood anyway. He need to be at the LBGTQ event doing something in Milwaukee, and he need to be in the hood doing something in the hood. And then we can say, okay, fam, that's it. Because if it was a black man and he said that we had to do all types of shit, I want equality for everybody. Life is not fair. Fair is where you judge pigs and eat them nasty turkey legs with them ligaments in them. I just want equality for everybody, right? So, all right. I had a song review and I still can't bring myself to listen to it. So y'all got to hit me on Twitter at K and the K. Go on Confidence in the Klutch page on Facebook at Confidence in the Klutch. The R. Kelly song, I admit, I can't bring myself to listen to it. I really can't. I want to, but I can't do it right now. I'm gonna force myself to do it though. 'Cause I keep on saying I need to review it. What I'm hearing about is like dog talking, you know, I don't know. So I'm gonna get that. But what I did listen to is, you know, I'm old school, so not old school. My generation, we love 90s hip hop. Period, point blank. Anybody from my generation, we know like 80s R&B, 90s hip hop. Ain't nothing like it. Classics. And the switching, we like from 80 to 2000. Everything was good with the music. Period, point blank. So, Silk the Shocker had an album dropped. Maybe we can go. It will all make sense. He's not cussing on the album. Whatever. You know. I'm one of the funny people. Now, if I'm watching a movie, I can't watch it on like TNT and all that. Cause I like to hear the cuss words. That's just me. I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. I just like to hear cuss words. You know, it is what it is. The movie's authentic with the cussing in it, so it's okay. Remember, I do for those of you new, I do a 5-star scale: Hall of Fame, Superstar, All-Star, Starter, Bench. I give him a starter, so I give him 2 out of the 5. Nothing moved me, no bars. He had one song where he was talking about his girl, the best song on there, in my opinion. And that's the only one that stood out. Had about 14 tracks. It's okay. It's okay. Nori 5E is the name of his album. I gave him a superstar. I gave him a 4 out of 5. Why? Because it's Nori. I'm biased as hell. Because I had Nori when he came out with that 98. I had the grenade chain. I had a hollow grenade chain. I went and got from Capitol Court. You know what I mean? My shit was real though, but it was hollow. It wasn't solid. But yeah, so I've been with Nori since then. So, you know, he alright. He back now, but yeah. Nori nice. He got everybody on there. Fat Joe, Jada Kiss, Dream. Is Fabulous on there? I don't know. Pharrell, his nephew, Swiss Beats, what's the little singing cat? Tory Lanez. It's straight though. The production is nice. So check out that 5E, man. You know, we got to do the streaming stuff now. So if you on Tidal, I'm on Tidal. I listen to Tidal. Those of you on Apple Music, man, just listen to it one time. Let them get his streaming numbers at least, So, people calling me. I'm doing this. All right, so that's it, y'all. Really, I'm done. That was it for today. I'd say like a short one. You just jump in here right fast. I talked a little bit more than I needed to today. This should have been like 15, 20 minutes, but we done. So I'm saying I appreciate everybody that stayed watching or whatever. But this is what I do. This is one of the 5 that I do on the Confidence in the Klutch Network. So we're going back live about 5:30 in an hour. I got to get cleaned up and do all that stuff. Going back live for the relationship joint that I'm doing with my co-host Kel. So just I appreciate y'all. So whether it's the game of basketball or the game of life, you gotta have confidence in the clutch. Practice makes confidence. Pressure makes diamonds. Stay sucker free. Keep it a buck. Keep it 100. Stay woke. Get out. Listen on Apple Podcasts and Google Play Music and at confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com. Subscribe, rate, and review is important, y'all. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Klutch. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at KNDK. I'm out, yo. I got shit to do. Y'all see y'all back in about an hour. An hour and a half, man. We'll get it together, y'all. Peace. Yo, appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody that stayed watching though. But yeah, I'm doing the most. I got the once again, I'm working. Got the iPad with the soundboard and the music. Right, with the let me see, with the DJ app, all this stuff. All the stuff I gotta do, all my notes and all that. And I got the computer where I'm recording off of, got the soundboard, all this, man. You see the banner. But yeah, it is what it is though. So, maybe no feedback. I'm a constructive criticism guy, don't matter. I'm all good. So yeah, appreciate y'all. Keep it a buck.